So don't worry about this just yet, but we'll come back to this at another time. So if you have a food gradable bucket, the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you have a clear front label, or make sure your written instruction label is completely in the back. Okay, completely in the back. All right, and so you can pretty much do that, or just make sure your handle is completely in the back, so the opposing side of the handle will be the front. Okay, so before I get started, are there any questions before I get started? We're going to build this, and it's going to be quite simple. You can save yourself hundreds of dollars building it this way. Are there any questions?
Not yet. I'm just what did I miss? I'm here a little late. Thank you for teaching us. But that's it for now.
Alrighty, let's go. 5-gallon bucket.
What size drill bit, please? Maybe they came in late.
If you came in late, I'm not going to discuss the drill bit right now. That means you don't have the parts. You don't have the parts, so I'm not going to discuss that right now. Hit this lamp, please. So you don't have the parts, so don't worry about what size. We'll go over the items again later. The people who already know about this have the parts. If they don't have the parts, they're not going to have this information. I would suggest all of you download this video for your own reference. Now, the first thing we want to do, we want to take our drill bit. We're going to take a 3/8 drill. We're going to lock it in there. Now we got our 3/8 drill bit loaded up. The next thing we want to do is we want to take a top. Now you'll notice that I have a standard lid that goes on top of my bucket. Okay? So this standard lid, what I need you to do is I need you to do this. Number one, we're going to take this bucket here. We're going to turn it over like this. Okay? Remember again, keep your handle in the back. Turn your bucket over. You're going to take the lid. This is the top of the lid. This is the bottom of the lid. We're going to take the top of the lid and we're going to take it top side down, flip it over, just like that. Are you folks following me? Here's the top. It's going to go downward against the bottom of the bucket. All right? Now here's what I want you to do. Let me get my tape measure because I'm going to come in a little closer. I'm going to show you folks something. On this lid right here, you'll notice that you have a circle. Some of you may not have a circle. So make sure you understand. Find the center. Okay? Find the center. And you see my tape measure here. Okay? I went 2.5 inches out from the center. And that's going to go on both sides. You can go 3 inches out. That's okay. It'll still fit. 3 inches out from the center is fine also. I went 2.5 because I'm going to be fitting more filters here at some other point. So you see I have a hole here. I have a hole here. Make sure you take your black Sharpie marker. And once you get your tape measure and go 2.5 or 3 inches out from the center, okay, you want to make sure you mark that hole. Mark that hole, and you're going to drill that hole. Okay? So let me go back over here. So again, here's the top of the lid. It's going to go down. So if you notice here in mine, you'll notice what you want to do is take your drill bit and you're going to drill, okay? very important. 2 holes here and 2 holes in the bottom of my bucket. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to now take this lid and put it back on the bottom of my bucket. I'm going to line those holes up. It's very important I line those holes up. I'll tell you why in a second. I'm going to put that to the side. Okay? Now, on your next bucket right here, once again, make sure the handle is in the opposing side, so that way you have a clear side here. And since the sticker on these specific food grade buckets are dead center, I'm going to leave that here. Now, I'm going to come in a little closer again, and I want to show you folks something again. Now on this secondary bucket here, you see that hole right there? I want you to look, and I'm going to show you something, okay? We're going to go from bottom down. You notice, once again, right there. Let's get a little closer. So, as long as you are 2 inches from the bottom up, you're good. 2 inches from the bottom up. I went a little bit more to the center, about 2 3/8 from the bottom up. See that? So see where my thumb is? That's the middle. But as long as you're at 2 inches right there at that line, make your mark with your Sharpie, and that's where you're going to take your 5/8 drill bit. Once again, that's where you're going to take your 5/8 drill bit. So let's do this. Here's the 3/8. We've already used this to establish our holes in the lid and that bucket. So let's take this off. We're going to put on the 5/8, which is a much thicker bit. Here's the 5/8. I made my mark. I have my hole now. You understand? Are you folks following me? Now that we got this complete, let's do this first. We're going to take the bottom bucket. For me, since my spigot kit that you saw on my site came with 4 spigots, 2 whites and 2 blacks, I chose to use a black spigot with my bottom bucket. So what I'm going to do is let me take this washer off, because I want you folks to understand how to put this washer on. If you notice, you'll notice, here's your spigot, here's your washer. You notice this washer is flat on this side, and it sort of protrudes on this side. Let's get a little closer. Hopefully I can get you guys to see that. See that little nipple right there? And see how it's flat on this side here? You want the flat part to be against, like that, right there. If you turn it around like this, see what happens? You're going to have a gap. You don't want a leak. So put the flat part against, and there you go. Okay? So let's go back over here, and we're going to now take this. And for some of you, you're going to have to do a little twisting. I would suggest that you get your bucket and you grab it like this, bear hug it. Take this in. Try not to put pressure against this lever here. You don't want to break it. So make sure your palm is like this. And you want to get in here, turn it downward, and you can either twist it or you push. Bam, done. Done. Now, in the inside of the bucket, you'll notice there is another washer. Same washer as the one before. You're going to also take that flat end and you're going to go in first. So let me get a little closer. And I can show you guys right here. Here's that flat end again. Here's that flat end. I'm going to now put it in here. I'm going to put it on the opposing side of this spigot. It's there now. Now I want to take this nut. Do not over tighten this nut. This nut have a round side, as you see, a smooth side, and it has a flat side. See the flat side with all the holes on it? That's the side you want to put against. So you're going to start turning that in first. Now, don't use any pair of pliers. Don't use any of those things. Okay? If you got a wrench that you can put on that side and hold it, that's fine. But otherwise, you don't want to strip things. So what I do is I end up taking my left hand here, and I take my right hand here, and I twist the spigot like that. You understand? Let me get over here again. So let me go ahead and get in here. Following me still? Are you with me? Okay. This one is done. So you see I got my bottom bucket, my spigot, already done. Now may I remind you, I hope that you folks have already taken your towel or rag and put it into a 1-to-1 part water and bleach and wipe down your bucket. You want to make sure this is clean. You don't want any foreign objects or debris or dirt or bacteria in here. Now, don't get me wrong. Okay, this is your catching system. Okay, so you want to make sure this is clean. This is your catching. This is where your water is going to end up once it's filtered from the top. So now that you've got this done, I want to see if everyone's gotten this part done. Then I'll move on. Can I get at least 7 yeses? If I get a no, then I'll slow down a little bit. Seven yeses? Okay. We're now going to take this bucket and we're going to sit it to the side. We're going to go back to the top tier. Remember this bucket? Remember those holes? Remember those? We're going to put them back right here. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to sit this top down. I'm now going to take my filters. You should have 2 of these. You should have 2 of these. Okay? We're going to do one at a time. One at a time. All right? Now, the first thing we want to do is we want to take the filter, and you'll notice that this filter has some threads on it. You'll notice it has some threads on it. Those threads really mean nothing until you actually twist on the bottom bolt. Okay? So, let's go back over here. Now, these 2 bottom holes may give you a little resistance, and that's okay. That's okay. So, here's what's going to happen, all right? The first thing I need done, I need to take this filter. I need to put it in the first hole. You'll hear this sound here. You heard that? That's the first hole. Let's take the second filter now. Let's put it in the second hole. You see what happens? I have the filter's bottom, the thread protruding to the bottom. Now, you're going to take your bottom lid with those holes. Remember, the top of the lid goes first. Put them there. 1, 2. You see what happens? You see what I got going on? Now, let's go over and take this rubber washer and this nut that was attached to each filter. Okay? The reason I'm showing you this right now, I want to show you something. Now that you see these, now you should be able to take these out easy. So watch this. See how I took it out just easy just now? See that? You're wondering why I took them out? Because I need you to go ahead and prime these holes so that you can go to this next step. Now, before you take this filter and put it back through here, you want to attach this washer, put it on that filter just like that. Did you just see that? I want to make sure everyone's seen that. Can someone give me a confirmation? Did you just see what I did? I took this washer and put it right on this filter. Yes? Anyone, Shaliam?
Yes.
Okay, now I'm going to put this filter through here. I'm now going to take the next filter. I'm going to do the same thing. Take this washer, sit it right there. Now I'm going to put that in the hole. Now we're going to take, once again, the lid. The top of the lid is going to meet the threaded bolts. All you got to do is just line it up. I'm a right hand dominant, so let me go to my right hand. There we go. So you see there? Now, I'm going to take these two washers here. You folks remember these two washers? These two washers right here. These two washers happen to have a threaded insert. Watch this. So now, be careful. Do not over tighten these. Just make them snug. Do not over tighten. We're going to go ahead and twist these on. Once again, do not over tighten them. Just snug. Bam. Let's do the next one. So, are you ready for this? Now, if you're someone that wishes to remove the fluoride from your water that the city provides in your water, these are the filters that you're going to use.
People keep asking where you bought your filters.
Okay? Anyone who is in here right now, stop asking where I got these from. Okay? Because the people that are here have already bought their parts. If you want to purchase your parts, you simply go to my Amazon store. The link is in my bio. Click that link that says Linktree link. Linktree link. Now, I want you to notice these filters. They remove fluoride and arsenic. This is called what? Reverse osmosis. All right, that's the only way you can remove arsenics. So now for that video that I put up last time that went viral and everyone's talking about the crystal geyser water and they're saying that water is poison, you are missing out on a sale and a deal. If you still have a concern with arsenic involved with crystal geyser, just run that water through these things right here. Okay, let me get back over here. So, in order to use these, I really don't want to open the package up, but But these just plug right here like this. They don't even twist on. They just push in. One here and one here on the bottom of these. That's it. That's it. So, for those who don't care about this, no worries. Most people don't want these. This system here, watch this now. I'm going to take the bottom bucket that has the spigot. I am now going to line this up. Yellow, yellow, lining it up. You're going to have to push down so that you can lock this in place. Okay, so you're going to have to push this down. So put it on the floor, and you're going to go around and push it down and lock it into place. Now, I want to share with you folks a secret. I'm going to take this back off temporarily. Let me share with you a secret. You see this top here, this lid? Do not use this lid to cover the top of your bucket, because it's going to be difficult to take this type of lid off. To take this type of lid off the top of your bucket, you're going to need this tool, and it's going to be difficult. Don't do it. Here's what I did. I bought an additional gamma lid. This gamma lid allows you to place this on top of here. So now, when I want to pour water in here, it's easy. All I got to do, let me see if I can get it over here. All I got to do is twist it off and put water. If I had this lid here, on top of here, it'll be hell trying to get this off to put water in here. But now, all I did was just twist off, and now I can add water. You folks follow with me, right? So now, let's go ahead, and I'm going to do something, because this is something you folks need to do. Go ahead and take your filter off. What's he doing now? Just be patient with me, because we have to prime these. You got to prime your filters before you use them. Okay, so I got mine off. Do you? Take off your washer and set them aside. This is a very important step. Alrighty, so I have my two filters here. There's something else that you're going to need. Let me come over here and show you. So I've removed my filters. Okay. You remember this piece? Did you folks see this piece? Did you find it in your kit? This piece is very important. It's going to go over. I'm sorry, let me remove this washer. My bad. Okay, you see these? Let's go inside of the house, and I'm going to show you folks how to prime these underneath your sink. Okay? Who's that said you guys are funny? What's going on there?
I'm having nothing not to give gifts. Because you said not to send gifts.
No, that's only that. No, the gifts are only when I'm doing a sermon. Has nothing to do with now.
Because people are saying no, give him gifts, and other people are saying stop with the gifts.
No, if you folks want to give gifts, you can. I don't take gifts when I'm giving a sermon, when I'm preaching the word, the Bible. If you want to give gifts, go right ahead. Go in front of me and open the doors. Okay, folks, bear with me. I have to go in here to the sink. Shelly, come in here, please. Hold that camera at that angle. Okay, the first thing you want to do with your filters is you want to take, you see this hole here? You're going to take this right here, this stopper, and you're going to put it right there. Don't push it down, just put it right on top like that. Now, some of you may have a different type of hose, but you put it flat against here, okay, like that. You're going to turn on your water. Ooh, that's not going to work for me, but I'm going to show you folks, okay? And what you're doing is you're going to turn on your water. And I've already done this, so you folks know. Okay, turn on your water, go to your sink, and you're going to flush this. Now, some of you may have bought the priming kit, which was about, I think, 15 or 25 bucks. The priming kit allows you to do this even easier. But for others, you're going to have to put this flat against this, and you're going to run that water through until the water comes out clear at the bottom. It'll be mucky brown because this is a charcoal filter, and until it comes out clear, then you know that you primed it. Once you primed it, you can go back in, take these items, go ahead and follow me. Don't step on the cord, watch where you're going. I apologize for all the movement and the shaking, folks. I apologize in advance. Now, because I've already pre-did mine, you folks know what to do. So basically, once you've done that, you can go ahead and go through the process again. Put your washer back on first on your filter. Go ahead and put it through the hole. Let's lock it in real quick here. We're going to do the same here. We're going to put the washer back on, put it through the hole. Let's go ahead and get the bottom nut on that one also. All right, once we got that, we can go ahead, take our bottom bucket, line it back up, strap it down, go ahead and push it where it's locked in, and then you go ahead and fill your water up here, pour your 5 gallons of water. Excuse me, here's the great part. Many of you like distilled water. We drink distilled water here too. So when you pour your water from your city, your tap water in here, this is going to filter not only all the sediments, but it's going to filter, once again, the fluoride, the arsenic. It's going to filter the iron. It's going to filter too much copper, manganese. It's going to filter lead and all these other things. Basically, what you read on here, you got lead, fluoride, sodium, total chlorine, total alkalinity, zinc, iron, nitrate, pH, sulfide, a whole lot of things, E. coli, bacteria, all of those things that can cause you some harm. This is the kit. I'm going to get closer up on the phone again. Folks, this is it. This is your DIY watering filtration system. It gives you the ability to fill 5 gallons of water at a time. Now, may I remind you, 2 filters, they work great. Some people are fine there. The more charcoal filters you put in here, the faster you'll filter through water. So I like to do 4. This is a demonstration here because I got 2 more I'm going to be putting in here. I like to do 4 filters. I get a faster filtration. I get this thing that goes from here to here filled quickly, really quick. Okay? So If ever you have the additional money and you feel like you need to filter water faster because you have a much larger family, that's when you should invest in more filters. If you just have maybe 2 or 3 or less, and maybe you guys drink less than a gallon of water a day, we drink 2 gallons of water each here a day. You understand? Each. There's 3 people in this home. That's 6 gallons going away just with the people itself. So we want to filter water fast. And we have more than this, all right? So let me get a little closer, and I'm going to show you folks the testing kit. Here's the testing kit right here. This testing kit is called Verify Complete Water Test. You get 100 strips, okay, 2 bacteria tests. You get results in second. And here's the things that you're going to be filtering for. Okay? Here's the back. Tells you about each one. Lead, iron, so forth. It'll tell you. Now, let me say this, because a lot of people don't know this. Okay? Let me say this. I'm going to move the camera a little bit closer to me so you folks could see.
Will this be on Patreon?
Okay. Shelly, you're good. I can take it from here. You folks give me a second to set up and I'm going to answer all your questions. Turn that fan on for me. Plug it in, please. Give me a second, folks, so I can answer all your questions, okay? There we go. I know that was real dizzy. And I apologize. Tilt the fan down some. Down. Tilt it down at the bottom. Too far. Right there. All right. Okay, folks, I got my glasses on. Now I can answer your questions. For those of you who bought the supplies earlier, thank you. Now you have your own DIY filtering system. Isn't that incredible? The buckets you either got free or you paid $5 a piece for them. So either you got the buckets free or paid $5 a piece. The filters, if you got the Berkey filters, you know they were $155. If you got the generic filters, they were only $55. Either way, you got the spigot, you got your system. Now, each one of those filters filters 3,000 gallons of water. So if you got 2 filters, as we've just demonstrated, you're able to filter 6,000 gallons of water. This filter is going to last you a long, long time. You can ride through the pandemic, guaranteed. You know what I love about this system? I can simply take this system and break it down into pieces. I can put it in the back of my truck or my vehicle, and I can take it with me. So imagine you're going on a trip. Maybe your adult child is going to take a visit to college. Maybe they're going on a camping trip. Why don't you just make one for them? They can put it in their car. So if they get stuck on the highway somewhere out in the desert, but they near somehow a lake. I know that's sort of odd when you think of the desert, the lake, whatever. Potato. If they get stuck, they can take water from the streams, the lakes, the rivers, and they can filter water that'll guarantee that they do not have a problem with hydration. You understand? All right? So we got to remember this, all right? We've got to remember this. Now, let me get in here. Why don't you record this and post this for educational purpose? Why don't I just block you? Okay? Anytime someone comes in here, do not try and tell me what to do on my channel. Learn how to zip your lips, and I will get to that question. Learn how to close your mouth. There's only one teacher right now, and it ain't you. If it was you, then people would be on your channel. I think there's many of us will agree in there. Stop being disrespectful. Because once you're blocked on my channel, you're blocked. Don't put yourself in that category. All right? So, now, for those of you who don't have the supplies, who may have missed this, I'm going to be uploading this, of course, to my Patreon. All of my Patreon supporters get this information. At 3:30 today on Patreon, I will also be talking about how to purchase your land, where to purchase your land, how to negotiate your land, what to expect when you buy land, and where are the best places to buy land. At 3:30 today, I will be going live on my Patreon. So if you're looking for land, make sure you go over to Patreon and sign up under Tier 3. Tier 3 is the only tier that gives you access to all tiers, including any freebies that I give away to people. And there's a lot of people who have come over there. They're going to get all the information, and you're not. So I'll be uploading this DIY to my Patreon. Okay? Here's another catch. Okay? For those who have missed this, I'm also going to be uploading this to my YouTube channel called Elder Yehuda, Fruits of the Spirit. Once again, this will be uploaded to my YouTube channel. Right now, the channel is at 805 subscribers. I need to hit 1,000 before I upload this. So get over there to Elder Yehuda, Fruits of the Spirit, and subscribe so that I can release this. You see what I'm saying? I need to release this so that I can go ahead and get that channel monetized so that those funds can help me with giving to the needy and the homeless. There's a reason for everything that I do. All right?